screen you guys can. But hello, I hope you're all having a good week. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. I hope you're all having a good week. Hope you're all having a good evening. I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all doing well. Hey, Mug, congrats on getting first, sweetheart. How you doing? Hope you're doing okay, Mug. Good to see you. Congrats on getting first. I don't think anyone had a streak. Nope, no one had a streak. Gets these first more? Okay. Let me put on some chapstick. So, on Sunday, we didn't get to yap very much because chat kept me very busy with Good Girl and Good Boy redeems for like an hour and a half, which is fine. Like this, it's a ASMR stream. We didn't get to yap a ton. Hi, Minecraft King. How you doing, sweetheart? How you doing? Good to see you. Hope you've been well. Hi, CJ. How are you? Hope you're doing alright, sweetheart. I'm doing good. I did some errands today, and I rewarded myself by getting a handful of magic cards off of eBay. So, just as a little treat. Just as a little treat. We'll talk about what cards I bought later. We need to do smooches for s'more. But we're doing right, Minecraft King. I think it's been a while. I think, yeah, since November. Hope you've been well. Hope you've had a good start to your year, Minecraft King. All right. Here's smooches for s'more. Thank you, Mark. I hope you're doing okay, Mark. Here's their smooches. S'more is not here, but Mark redeemed the smooches for s'more, so. Sorry you have a headache, Minecraft King. I hope it goes away soon. I hate headaches. I don't like having headaches. I hope it goes away soon. And I hope you're able to get some good rest.
So, please, just be aware that you might get hit with ads, but you probably won't, as this is an ASMR stream with a content label on it. So, anyway, thank you for the water, CJ. I'll drink some after s'mores and smooches. Alright, well, countdown from 10 to 1. And that will be smart smooches. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. There you go.
Thank you for the redeem, Mark. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. But yeah, I bought 6 cards. 6 cards for a total like $12. So I don't know if that's a great, but I don't know if it would have been much different on like a dedicated card store online. I don't know. All the cards I got were like, I think the most expensive one was like $2 probably. Anyway, they were all pretty old cards. Now I know CJ plays Yu-Gi-Oh, so I don't know if anyone's here right now cares. But I will get up about the cards I bought just for a little bit because it's exciting. At least exciting to me. So I had this card on my eBay watch list for a really long time. Welcome back, Fanbite guys. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you. They made a card for Nebuchadnezzar, like I think the guy from the Bible. Maybe he costs blue and a black mana and 3 generic, and he's a 3/3. He's the card was printed in Chronicles, so this is before like legend creatures had a specific creature type besides just summon legend. Hi chickies, how you doing? We're up about magic cards. And Nebuchadnezzar, his only ability is you can pay X mana, tap him, and then you name a card, and then target opponent reveals X cards from their hand. If X exceeds the number of cards in their hand, they reveal their whole hand. But if it's not, they reveal X amount of cards at random from their hand. And if the card you named, or a card with showing the name of the card you named, is in their hand, they discard it. That's all he does. But the art on the card is like gorgeous. Nebuchadnezzar is like he's like an old man with this white beard and a crown. And he's got this big staff, and then he's got this flowing cape or a cloak, and he's standing on like a mountaintop. So his cloak kind of matches the swooshy shapes of the mountain range. Anyway, it's a very pretty card, and it had been on my wish list for a while. I decided to jump on it. um, so I got Nebuchadnezzar, and he's the same colors as John Irenicus, and I have a John Irenicus deck, commander deck, and John Irenicus, he costs one less mana than Nebuchadnezzar. He costs a blue and a black, and then two. And he lets you give one of your creatures you control to your opponent. So decks, John Irenicus decks tend to play all these terrible, awful creatures, and then with John Irenicus, you gift them to your opponent. And John Irenicus also gives them 2+1/+1 counters, so increases their power and toughness by 2, and then goads them. That means that creature has to attack every combat if able, except you, if you as the John Irenicus player, because it's goaded. So it's your creature, so it has to attack it. It has to attack, but it can't attack you unless you are the only opponent left in the game. So I don't know how the deck will win. One of my friends, she plays. She has a Tiamat commander deck, and she like beat us all up with like token 5/5 red dragon tokens, and like she had like 10 of them. She just wham, killed everybody. So I don't know. But with Nebuchadnezzar, a safe bet would be to name a land card, so like plains, swamps, forests, mountains, and then they would have to discard all those forests, swamps, plains, and mountains. So it's also that's pretty mean, but you could do that. You could do that, unless of course they're playing dual lands and that they aren't named, plains, swamps, forests, mountains, swamps. Did I say swamps? Anyway, so that's Nebuchadnezzar. So, and then John Irenicus gives my opponents really terrible, bad creatures, right? And I guess I'll just go in order of the receipt here. I don't know. Well, I was talking about really terrible creatures. I found one just browsing on eBay a couple hours ago. The creature is called Tolarian Serpent. So it's like a big sea serpent. It costs 2 blue mana and then 5 generic. So it's a very expensive card. Like, it's stupid expensive. Well, not stupid expensive. It's on curve because it's a 7/7. So its power and toughness are both 7. It's a nice number. And then during your upkeep, so the beginning of your turn starts, you untap, upkeep, and then you draw for the turn. So you untap, and then you, on your upkeep, Tolarian Serpent makes you take the top 7 cards of your deck and put them into your discard pile. So that's very good for John Irenicus because you give it to your opponent. It becomes a 9/9, has to attack every turn, can't attack you. So your other 2 opponents are staring down the barrel of a giant sea serpent. Well, the person you give control of the sea serpent is milling 7 cards every turn. That's pretty mean. But the card does cost 7 mana, so there's some shenanigans you can do, of course, to reduce the cost of that, or get some cheap, get more mana in other ways. But anyway, so yeah, you give them a 9/9 serpent, and then they swing at your opponents for 9 damage with the Sea Serpent, and then they discard top 7 cards of their deck. Now, that's good unless they're playing like a Graveyard Matters deck or whatever. Most decks have graveyard interaction, but anyway, that's the Tillarian Serpent. So that's an example of one of these terrible creatures that you give to your opponents with John Irenicus. And of course, that thins their deck. And then with Nebuchadnezzar, this is like ideal scenario. With Nebuchadnezzar, you're looking at their hand. Ideally, the first time you use Nebuchadnezzar on an opponent, you name a land card, basic land card type, like plains. Your opponent shows you their hand. You have to pay a lot of mana to look at their whole hand turn 1. Or he costs 5 mana. So at least the next turn after you summon him, you're looking at the 5 cards in their hand. Then you look at their hand, and then the next turn, whatever they don't play, is still in their hand. Then you tap Nebuchadnezzar again. So there's it kind of snowballs that way. But hi, wow, how you doing? Mwah. I'm yapping about some magic cards I bought today. How are you, Wow? You're good? That's good to hear. I'm good. I did some errands today. And so to treat myself, I got a handful of magic cards on eBay today. I'm just yapping about the ones I bought because I'm excited about them. I only bought like 5. Or I guess I bought 6. Just as a little treat for myself. But I'm good. Wow, I'm good. And for dinner, it was just me home by myself today. So we got some of these Red Baron deep dish pizzas, frozen pizzas. They're pretty small compared to the regular frozen pizza. And so to cook it, I had to nuke it in the microwave for 2 minutes via the instructions. I nuked it in the microwave at max power for 2 minutes and then baked it in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. It wasn't really a deep dish. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't had enough deep dish pizzas. It felt more like a pan pizza. And it really reminded me of those little circular pizzas they give you in elementary school. For lunch. On like the wheat bread dough or whatever. Maybe it wasn't wheat bread. But with like the little cubed pepperonis and stuff. It reminded me of that a lot. It was okay. It was okay. They weren't amazing, but they were fine. They were fine. I think the regular, like thin and crispy or whatever Red Baron pizzas are better for sure. Those are definitely better for feeding like 2 to 3 people. The tiny deep dish pizzas you could maybe split with another person, but you'd need like a side or something. They're not that filling. If you just eat half of it, you need some baby carrots or a salad or something. Anyway, I'm good. Wow, I'm good. Okay. Lunchables pizzas when you make yourself. That was good. Yeah, those are the. Yeah, I haven't had a Lunchables in a really long time. Apparently some people microwave those little Lunchables pizzas. That sounds kind of gross. um, I haven't had a Lunchables in a while. As an adult, or I don't know, the pizza ones are definitely the best ones. And then there's like the Lunchables uploaded boxes that are like, here's a tiny sandwich roll and some cheap sliced cheese and cold cuts of like ham or turkey and like a packet of mustard. And then a pouch of Kool-Aid and a Crunch bar. Those ones are okay. And then they have a deep dish pizza uploaded, but it's not very good. I'd rather have the sandwich. I think those come with a little bottle of water and a Kool-Aid packet that you shake into your you pour into your little water bottle and shake it. I think. Chickies wants a good boy. Okay, sorry.
Wow. Thank you for being here. Thank you for lurking and chatting. Spending them with us on the streams. Thank you. It's always good to see you. Oh, there's an airplane. Always good to see you. Always good to see you. Good boy, wow, good boy. Good boy. Good boy, wow, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Good. Good boy, wow, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Very, very, very good boy, wow, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Good. Good. Good boy, wow, good boy. Good boy, 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 good boy. Good boy, wow, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Good. Good boy. Boy, wow, good boy. Good boy. Good boy, wow, good boy, 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 good boy.
Sorry, burp. Sorry for the chair noises.
Good boy, wow, good boy. You're such a good boy, yes you are. Yes you are such a good boy. Good boy, wow, good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy. Good boy, wow, good boy. You're such a good boy, yes you are. Yes you are such a good boy. Good boy, wow, good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy. Good boy, wow, good boy. Such a good boy, yes you are. Good boy. Look at you, such a good boy. Yes you are, yes you are, such a good boy.
There you go. There you go. Wow. Thank you for the redeem, sweetheart. Thank you. Hope that was alright for you. You ate it cold, never warmed it. Yeah, I never did too. I never did, because whenever I handle Lunchables, I wasn't really around a microwave. Because I usually ate them maybe on like field trips. Or like we were on like road trips. You know, so I don't know. Most of the time we just had the cheese and cracker ones. And those are terrible. Those suck. Also apparently full of lead, so lovely. Okay, chickies. You're a good boy. Thank you for being patient with me, sweetheart. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
Chickies. Very good boy, Chickies. Thank you for lurking and chatting, spending time with us on the stream. Thank you. Very, very good boy, Chickies. Good boy. Good boy, Chickies. Hi, Katie. How are you? Yeah, a lot of sugar. A lot of sugar. Good boy, Chickies. Good boy. I'm doing good, Candy. I'm doing good. I did some errands today. So to treat myself, I bought some Magic the Gathering cards. I bought like 6 cards. So just as a little treat. Just as a little treat. Good boy, Chickies. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good. Good boy, Chickies. Good boy.
So we've been yapping about the magic cards I bought because I'm excited about them. I don't think they're like amazing, but I'm happy. Good boy, Chickies. Good boy. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, Chickies. Good boy. Look at you, such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, Chickies. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Chickies. Good boy. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Good boy, Chickies. Good boy. Sorry about the sniffles. Good boy, Chickies. Good boy. You're such a good boy. Such a good boy. Very, very good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right. Thank you for the redeem, Chickies. Hopefully that was okay for you. Give me one moment. I gotta blow my nose real quick, and then we'll get you your usual Katie. That Crunchyroll emote's still around? Now, okay. Crunchyroll used to have an official VTuber. I don't remember what her name. Hime, I think. I think her name was Hime. Excuse me, sorry, hiccups. I guess those were burps. Uh, but she streamed in like 2022 or 3. I think she even collabed with some Hololive girls, and then she graduated, or I think she said that she was going to a different position within Crunchyroll. I don't know. But Crunchyroll used to have a VTuber. They don't anymore. I think her channel's still up. I think her last stream was making Christmas cards. Hi, Grid. How are you, sweetheart? All right, here you go, Katie. Here's your usual. Thank you for being patient with me, sweetheart. Thank you. I hope you're able to get some good rest. All right. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. You're a very, very good girl. Yes, you are. You're such a good girl. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. Mwah. 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 Look at you, such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Oh, very, very good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good girl. 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 Good girl, Katie. Good girl. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Oh, such a good girl. Good girl, Katie. I'm very, very proud of you. You're a very, very good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good girl. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. 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 Look at you, such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good girl.
Oh, good girl, Katie. Good girl, 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 good girl. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Here you go, Kitty. Thank you for the redeem, sweetheart. Thank you, thank you. Hopefully that was okay for you. Ooh, all right, that was my neck. Only 3 more months to complete your army. Nice, nice. You have to progress the game. Oh, man. You enjoy it? I'm glad to hear that, Kitty. I'm glad to hear it. Okay. But I hope we're doing okay, Crit. I did some errands today. So to treat myself, because we all deserve a treat every once in a while. Hi, Guyland. Thank you for being here. Mwah. How are you, Guyland? I bought a handful of magic cards. I bought like 6. um, they're not good. Well, I think they're cool. Um, time to play the game I bought. Yep. But I hope you've been well, Guyland. Oops, that's just I forgot the shout out. It's just / Guyland Sloth Bear. There we go. Please go follow Guyland. Guyland's a fellow bear. He's, I think, the only sloth bear I know. I think. You're collecting doodads and trinkets. Yep. They were. I think the most expensive one I bought was $2.50. We were talking about a couple of them earlier. I don't know if any of you guys play Magic, but I have a John Arenicus commander deck. I've talked about it many times on stream, but it's been a while. Basically, John Arenicus lets you give your opponents your own creatures. So, and I love just playing terrible cards no one else does because it's fun. And then if you win with them, it's like awesome, right? So that's why I lose all the time when we stream Master Duel, because I play terrible cards, or at least cards that can't really compete with the meta decks. So John Arenicus is an outlet for that for me, and that I get to play terrible cards, these terrible creatures, just like with horrible mana costs and other costs and drawbacks, but I pass them on to my opponent to make them suffer, and then those creatures. So John Arenicus, as an example, one of the creatures I bought. Anyway, I'm gonna hit myself. So John Arenicus, at the end of your turn, target one other creature. So you can't give John Arenicus to somebody. If you I guess maybe you could if you wanted to, but you don't have to. Uh, actually, I don't think he can target himself, but maybe he can. I don't know. Anyway, if you don't have any other creatures on your board except John Arenicus, you don't have to give him away. But so this John Arenicus deck is an outlet for me to play these terrible creatures that have really cool art and stuff, and that it's just fun. And anyway, so John Arenicus, at the end of your turn, you target one of your other creatures, and then give control of it to one of your opponents. The creature then gets 2 +1/+1 counters, so you increase its attack and defense by 2, and then it's goaded, goad as in GOAD, in that and that means that creature has to attack every combat on that player's turn whenever possible. So unless they have a ways to like tap the creature you give them with like vehicles or something like that, that creature has to swing at an opponent every turn. And because it's goaded and it's my card, it it can't attack me unless I am literally the only other opponent left. So, one of my favorites and one of the most expensive cards I bought for my John Arenicus deck last year is Phyrexian Negator. The problem with Phyrexian Negator is that it's on the reserved list, so it's only been reprinted twice. I think it was printed, and then it was printed in a like World Championship deck that Pokemon does now. I think Pokemon's the only card game that does it anymore. Where like they print like the that year's tournament winning deck with like different card backs, and like every card has like a printed signature of the player. They did that, and then that one of the players that won the Pro Tour or whatever had Phyrexian Negators in his deck, and those decks were printed with gold borders and a different back. So I could probably get away with playing it in Commander, and it has a cool gold border. It's like, oh, I want that one. It was then printed one other time with different art in a dual deck, I think, years ago. I don't know why. um, but anyway, Phyrexian Negator is a 5/5. Hold on, let me see if I can get that card. Anyway, so if you want a Phyrexian Negator, it's like $6 minimum for like maybe a not great quality copy, great condition copy. Let me see, how long is it gonna take out there? It was near the bottom of the deck. But it's a 5/5 horror. Its creature type is horror. It costs 3 mana, so you could get this thing out turn 1. Well, maybe turn 2 with a Dark Ritual. No, you could get it out turn 1 with a Dark Ritual. In that case, it'd be very good. But it's a 5/5 for 3 mana, so it's above curve. It's ahead of curve, meaning that it has its power and toughness is higher than its mana cost. Like really terrible creatures are usually vanilla creatures or creatures with terrible effects that their power and toughness is below their mana cost. There's exceptions to that, of course. Like I can't think of one off the top of my head, but there's definitely exceptions to the rule of like 2/2s with like crazy, or with crazy abilities, and they cost like 4 mana, right? Anyway, the Phyrexian Negator has trample, but you don't know much about it. Sounds fun though, like Yu-Gi-Oh. It's I like Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh, to me, I think is a little more daunting to learn to play than Magic is. I think Magic, you can play Magic in so many different ways that you could just throw a pile of cards together with some lands and then teach someone to play on the kitchen table. That could work. Yu-Gi-Oh, I think you would need to like have a more curated experience to teach someone Yu-Gi-Oh, in my opinion. I think they're both very good games and both very fun. I love playing our Toon deck in Master Duel. It's been a long time since we've played Master Duel, but I do like Yu-Gi-Oh a lot. Magic is a little slower than Yu-Gi-Oh in that cards have inherent mana costs, and you have to pay those costs with your land cards. So you grow your resources over the course of your turns. So further into the game, you get to do more explosive things. Whereas Yu-Gi-Oh, you can just kind of pop off turn one and then kill your opponent on the first one. You can still do that Magic too, but anyway, it's a 5/5 with trample, and whenever it is dealt damage, you sacrifice that many permanents. So it's a big creature for 3 mana, but whenever it's dealt damage, you have to sacrifice other permanents, that being other creatures, artifacts, enchantments, or lands. You have to send that many to the graveyard. So with Generenicus, you give your opponent your Phyrexian Negator. It becomes a 7/7, so it can soak more damage, and then make them sacrifice more permanents. Anyway, it's very fun. It's very fun. And one of the cards I bought today, we talked about earlier, was Tolarian Serpent. It's just like a big sea snake thing. It costs 7 mana, and its power and toughness, so its attack and defense, are 7 and 7. So it has 7 attack and 7 health. And then during your upkeep, so like before your draw step, you have to take the top 7 cards of your deck and put them into your discard pile, your graveyard. So giving... and that's a terrible downside for a 7/7 that costs 7 mana. But if I can give that to an opponent, then all my other 2 opponents are staring down the barrel of a 9/9 Sea Serpent, because Generenicus gives them 2+1/+1 counters, so increases their attack and defense by 2, and it's goaded, so it has to attack, and then the opponent I give it to is milling 7 cards every turn. That's crazy. It does cost 7 mana, so I'm not getting that guy out anytime soon. Anyway, so Generenicus I love because he gives me an outlet to play these terrible creatures that you don't see anywhere else, or you would never see. Like, there's one in here. It's like a golem that makes it so he's in the arena. You can't summon creatures or artifact creatures. There's what's his name? Abyssal Persecutor. He's a classic one. He's a 6/6 demon with flying, and his text reads, I think he has trample. No, I don't know. He is flying. You can't win the game, or you can't win the game, and your opponents can't lose the game. So anyway, he's great. I love him. Anyway. Woof. Inaudible whispers. Okay, Katie. You got it. You got it. But yeah, I think Magic is probably the easiest game to learn and to teach, probably. I haven't played every card game. I've played a handful. I've played Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. Pokemon's probably the easiest one to teach, if we're being honest. Very simple game. But Pokemon does have a lot of depth to it as well. But I've played the big 3. I've played the Digimon card game. I think I played them. My friend was like, "Hey, do you want to play the Maple Story card game with me?" I played that like once or twice. I've played MetaZoo, and Execo, which is like, I haven't heard anyone talk about Execo. Execo. It's spelled Xeko, I think. And it's about like animal conservation. You have to amass a board of animals connected to each other by kind of like dominoes. Each side of the card has 2 colors on it, and then you have to match one of those colors, and you connect it to another one of your cards and to your opponent's cards. And then I don't remember exactly how. I remember that part, and then whoever has the most like points at the end of the game, and each animal is worth a certain amount of points and stuff. So, and you can have like biome focused decks. Like I gotta start. Oh, I've played Uno, of course, and Skip Bow. Although I kind of consider those aren't trading card games. Well, maybe Uno could be considered a CCG, a collectible card game, but I don't know. But it's a very, I remember it being kind of simple. There's not like combat or anything. You're just playing dominoes, but with cards. And there's, yeah, the starter kit I got was from a yard sale. It was Madagascar focused. And I think the biggest animal with the most points or whatever in the starter deck was like an anaconda. And I know there's eyes is based in Madagascar. So, anyway, it was okay. I don't think it got very far or did very well. I don't know if it was like I don't know how well. Anyway, so I've played a good handful of card games. Okay. Let's get you some inaudible whispers, Kitty. Thank you for the redeem, sweetheart. Thank you, and thank you for being patient with me. Thank you. Excuse me, sorry. Sorry for the throat gurgle. Sorry. There you go, Kitty. Thank you for the redeem, sweetheart. Thank you. Hopefully those were alright for you. Hopefully those were alright for you. Anyway. So so one of the cards I got was Talarian Serpent, which I just happened upon while browsing eBay today. This was, oh, that guy's cool. That'd be funny. So I got one of him, and at the beginning of the stream we talked about I bought a copy of Nebuchadnezzar. I think just the guy from the Bible. I don't know. I don't know if there's a Nebuchadnezzar like character in Magic the Gathering lore. Maybe there is. I don't know. But he costs a black and a blue mana, and then three generic. He's a 3/3, and then he has an ability where you pay X mana and tap him. So he lets you look at your opponent. Biblical name. Yeah. I think I googled Nebuchadnezzar to figure out how to spell it. And I think it was Nebuchadnezzar II or whatever was one of the kings of Babylon. So, anyway, I don't know why they made a card for Nebuchadnezzar. I don't know why, but he's funny. So, you pay X mana, X being any amount you want. Do they have Samson? I don't think so. I don't think so. But maybe. Let's see. DG Samson. There is no official Magic the Gathering Magic the Gathering card named Samson. Okay. He's the original Goku. Very hairy guy. Oh, right. He didn't cut his hair. That Samson. Gotcha. I haven't watched VeggieTales in a while. You'll have to forgive me. Did they do an episode about Samson in VeggieTales? Sounds real. I know they did like the Lion's Den and stuff. I don't know. Sometimes I just go and I listen to the silly songs with Larry. When I'm like going to bed, just because they're fun. My favorite is the cheeseburger. 'Cause you're his cheeseburger. 'Cause you're his cheeseburger. And he'll wait for you. 'Cause you're his cheeseburger. I love that one. And the New in the Canoe or whatever it's called. I love that one too. And the bunny. Yeah. Anyway, so Nebuchadnezzar, you pay X mana, X being whatever you want, from 1 to however many you can, and then you name a card. So you pay X, tap him, so you turn him sideways. So you can only do this once per turn, unless you have a way to untap Nebuchadnezzar. Then you name a card. Target opponent reveals X cards from his or her hand at random, X being the amount of mana you paid. If that player does not have enough cards in hand, his or her entire hand is revealed. Now I would just say their hand. Their hand is revealed. Opponent then discards any of those cards that match the named card. Use this ability only during your turn. So you can't play it as an interrupt on someone else's turn, because that would be maybe too mean. But if you want to see a cool painting look up the Nebuchadnezzar Magic the Gathering card. It's very cool. It's like this old man with white hair, and he's got this crown on his forehead, and he's got this big like knobbly stave or staff, and he's clutching it, and then he's got this big billowing robe cloak thing, and he's standing on like a mountaintop. So like the wind is sweeping his robe, and then that kind of blends in with the snowy swept shapes on the mountains. Very pretty art. Like genuinely one of the coolest magic cards I've ever seen in terms of the art. So anyway, Nebuchadnezzar uh, lets you snipe cards from your opponent's hand. The mean thing to do would be to name a land type, one of the basic land cards. So you name plains, island, swamp, forest, or mountain, and then so he costs 5 mana. So you're at least getting him out on turn 5, and then on the next turn you can pay X equals 5, and then look at 5 cards from your opponent's hand at random, and then name a land type, and then snipe lands out of your opponent's hand. That's very mean. But if you have other ways to look at their hand, or you look at their hand one turn, and then on the next turn you know what's in their hand, then you pay X, and then ideally pay enough mana with his ability to just make it so your opponent shows you their whole hand, and then they discard the card that you saw on the last turn that you named. So, there's some mind games there, or, strategizing with him. Genuinely, I like his ability a lot. It could be very mean, making your opponent discard lands. But that's also very good. Doing a Morgott? Who's Morgott? That sounds like somebody from the Dark Crystal or something. Morgott. Oh, from Elden Ring? Is it an Elden Ring? Elden Ring. Yeah, for sure. With the big cloak. Anyway, Nebuchadnezzar just seems pretty cool. He's probably genuinely not very good. But if you can look at what is in your opponent's hand before you use his ability, say with a card that I found while browsing called Peek, Peek, like peeking around a corner peek. It's an instant, costs 1 blue mana. You get to look at target player's hand, and then you draw a card. So I got a copy of Peek to go with Nebuchadnezzar. And then another card I found while browsing is Shattered Crypt. It costs 2 black pips, so 2 black mana, and then has a generic cost of X. And then it's a sorcery, so you can only play it on your turn. You return X target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand and lose X life. So if there's a bunch of creatures in my John Arenicus deck that opponents have managed to kill or get rid of, I can bring them back to my hand, multiples of them, and then play them again. So Shattered Crypt does that. And you can pay X equal to 1 and get 1 creature out, but so I got Shattered Crypt, and then I also got, because Nebuchadnezzar already has this kind of mill strategy going on here in hand milling. I found a card. It's costs 7 mana. It costs 1 black mana and then 6 generic. Also a sorcery. It's called Cabal Conditioning. Any number of target players each discards cards from his or her hand equal to the highest converted mana cost among permanents I control. So let's say I cast this on a turn. Let's say I played Tellurian Serpent and hung on to him for a turn instead of giving him away, because that's probably the highest costed permanent that would be in the deck at 7 mana. um, so I play Cabal Conditioning, and then, I have Tolarian Serpent. Everyone has to discard 7 cards via Cabal Conditioning. Cabal Conditioning also costs 7 mana. So, uh, very slow kind of combo there. But if I have the 7 mana to cast Tolarian Serpent, I probably have the 7 mana to cast Cabal Conditioning. And that's only at the cost of 7 cards off the top of the deck with keeping him around. Although that'd be maybe bad if I discarded stuff I needed. But that's, of course, what Shattered Crypt is for. All of these cards are really old. So, like, none of these are from, like, newer, more recent. It's like 2003, I think. And the last card I got, sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm just yapping. Anyway, Cabal Conditioning, it's very slow. It costs 7 mana. It's very expensive. But if I have a big guy, then I'm making all my opponents discard 7 cards. Could be their whole hand. Could be their whole hand. And then the other card I got, I found through a YouTube short. It's called Cabal Interrogator. He costs he costs 1 black pip and then one generic, so it costs 2 mana. He's a 1/1 zombie wizard, and he has an ability like Nebuchadnezzar's, where you pay 1 black pip, so 1 black mana, and then X cost, and then it has an X cost, so any amount you want, and then tap him. Target player reveals X cards from his or her hand, then you choose one of them. That player discards that card. Play this ability only time you would play a sorcery. So he's basically a tiny Nebuchadnezzar, except he doesn't name a card, he just gets to pick one. So, you know, he's fun. He's fun. Anyway, welcome back from the break, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you. So those are all the cards I bought today, just as a little treat for myself. I got Nebuchadnezzar, Peak, Shattered Crypt, Tolarian Serpent, Cabal Conditioning, and then Cabal Interrogator. I guess there's a whole like Cabal archetype at some point. I guess. But anyway, I'm very excited to put these in my Generanicus deck. I have thoughts about making a dedicated Nebuchadnezzar commander deck instead of putting these pieces in my Generanicus deck, but I just don't think I have enough, I don't think I have enough mill cards that would make an opponent mill and stuff for it to be worthwhile. It's just kind of silly. And the Generanicus deck is already mean enough. Anyway, I'm very excited. And I think this probably isn't the meanest thing you can do, but there's a card called Unsummon that just returns target creature to opponent's hand or to your hand. So you can use it to rescue one of your creatures from the battlefield if they're going to die, or return one of your opponent's creatures to the battlefield during combat, or if you don't, things. So what you could do is unsummon, return their commander to their hand, and then peek to look at the rest of their hand if you wanted to, draw a card, and then you Nebuchadnezzar to make them discard their commander to put it in the graveyard. Which could be very mean, But I think most decks have stuff to interact with the graveyard. I think. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that'd be bad for like a green deck or something. But I think they have. I think every color has ways to interact with the graveyard. So I don't know. But that's one mean thing you could do is unsummon a creature and then Nebuchadnezzar to discard it. Anyway, I'm very excited to put them in my Generonicus deck. Very excited. Anyway, maybe I can show them to you guys, the actual cards to you guys next weekend. I don't think I'll be getting them. I don't think they'll arrive by Sunday. I don't think so. Anyway, those are the cards I got. Oh, I think it's Steel Golem. It's the golem creature that makes it so will you control it? You can't summon, you can't play creatures and artifact creatures. And I don't know why he has such a drawback. Like, he's not actually that good. He's like a 3/3. He's not like amazing. But some of the other terrible creatures. So, I got the idea I wanted to make a Generonicus deck because I saw the professor used a Generonicus deck in an episode of Shuffle Up and Play. And then I watched a video of people playing Magic using decks full of like the worst cards ever. Like, this is great. So last year I bought a bunch of cards, and there's a bunch of terrible creatures that aren't in John Irenicus's colors. He's only blue and black, so he can't play white, green, and red creatures in a John Irenicus deck. And there's lots of terrible creatures in those colors. There's I think it's Psychopathic Goblin, and it's like a 5/5 goblin creature. And when he attacks, you have to discard or something. I don't remember. But there's a red creature called Creature in Red that costs 1 mana, I think, or might be 1 generic, called Primordial Ooze. Primordial Ooze starts as a 1/1, and then on your upkeep, so you untap your lands, you untap your stuff, and then you have your upkeep, and then you draw. Untap, upkeep, draw. And then on your upkeep, Primordial Ooze gets a +1/+1 put on it, and then it burns you damage equal to the amount of its power. So I was like, this is great because I can pass use John Irenicus to pass Primordial Ooze to someone, and then it becomes a 3/3. So on their upkeep, it's a 4/4, and so on Primordial Ooze gets a +1/+1, and then you have to pay mana equal to its power, otherwise it taps itself and then burns you damage equal to its power, so you don't even get to attack with it. So it's like, Primordial Ooze is great because then Dronerenicus makes it a 3/3, and then on the opponent's upkeep it becomes a 4/4 and then a 5/5. So it's just burning with them with increased damage. But Dronerenicus is only blue and black, so I can't play Primordial Ooze in a Dronerenicus deck. I tried to play a rainbow deck, a Wooburg deck with all colors, with John Irenicus just in the deck itself instead of the commander slot, and that didn't really work out. Not really. But some of the other terrible creatures, we already talked about Phyrexian Negator, and Abyssal Persecutor. Oh, he does have flying. So Abyssal Persecutor says, you can't win the game, and your opponents can't lose the game. So the only outcome will you control an Abyssal Persecutor is that you can lose, but your opponents can't. And you can't win. So I guess the ideal way to use an Abyssal Persecutor it's a 6/6 with flying and trample, so that's already pretty good for 4 mana. It's above curve. It's above curve because it has a terrible claws. So you swing with your Abyssal Persecutor a bunch or whatever, just try and get the opponent's life total down, and then you sacrifice it to something. It is a black creature, so black cards usually have themes of sacrificing life or creatures for upsides or drawing from the deck or things like that. And then there was a cycle of leech creatures in an old set. I don't remember what set it is. This is Androlite Leech. It's the black, the leech for black mana. He costs 1 black pip and then 2 generic. It's a 2/2 leech, and he says black spells you play cost 1 more black mana to play. So he increases the cost of your black spells by 1. And then you can pay 1 black mana, and he gets a +1/+1 until end of turn. So, and it doesn't say you can only do this once per turn, or there's no tap. You already tap him. So you can just soup up your Androlite leeches and then swing for a lot of damage. But I want to give them to opponents that play black mana to increase their costs. And all the leeches do that. There's a leech for blue, red, and green, and white. Androlite Leech is probably the best one, if I'm being honest, because you can pump him a bunch. I think you can maybe pump the red Leech. I think he has haste. I think. Or maybe he has vigilance. One of the two. And some of the more fun, terrible creatures are the eye creatures. I have 2 in this deck. I don't know, maybe there's more. But there's the Evil Eye of Urborg. It costs 5 mana, and it's a 6/3, so it has 6 attack and 3 defense. And it says non-eye creatures you control can't attack. And whenever Evil Eye of Urborg becomes blocked by a creature, you destroy that creature. So, I give it to an opponent, and they can only attack with their eye creatures, so locks them down in combat that way. And then if an opponent blocks the eye, it's destroyed. Anyway, it's very fun. So it maybe be good in like a only eye tribal, an eye tribal deck. And then I have Greater Harvester. Hi Gunther, how you doing? I'm just yapping about magic cards because I bought some today to treat myself. But hope you're doing okay, Gunther. Greater Harvester costs 5 mana and is a 5/6, so it has 5 attack and 6 defense. And it's also a horror creature, just like the Phyrexian Negator. And it says at the beginning of your upkeep, you sacrifice a permanent, so just like Phyrexian Negator, except this is at the beginning of your upkeep, so you have to sacrifice a creature, artifact, enchantment, or land card. And whenever he deals combat damage to a player, that player sacrifices 2 permanents. So, he's great to hand to somebody with Jarnarenicus, so they're board wipe. They chip away at each other's boards. But yeah, so that's just some of them. There's more. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's a Steel Golem. He costs. It's a colorless creature. It's an artifact creature. It costs 3 of any color. Found your old deck on MTG Arena. It was a green-red deck called Morbid Landfall. Oh. I'm happy to hear you found it, Gunther. Did you give it a good old whirl and see how well it held up? Morbid Landfall. So did it so that sounds like you were playing cards with landfall triggers. What did the landfall kill? Was landfall? Did the landfall effects give you removal or like direct damage? I'm just talking about the bunch of them that boosted the monster stats. Oh, that sounds very landfall. I like red green. I like red green. I played arena with my brother. I played a match with my brother in arena like 2 years ago with a red green deck. I think this was maybe before. I think it might have been before all Phyrexia All Will Be One was out. And I almost got him with this red green deck. It was really close. I had some werewolves or something, and I almost got him with one. It was super close. It was like we're both down to like 1 or 2 life, or down low enough that if we hit one of us hit each other, it was over. Excuse me, I don't remember why I lost, but it was really close. It was really close. My first commander deck that I still have, I've modified it since then, is a red green stompy trample deck. Lots of big guys that, and the commander makes them bigger if they have trample. It's great fun. Because, like, early back in 2014 to 2016, oh, that was before I was playing Arena for sure. I think then I was probably playing on the Magic the Gathering like online application, like my Xbox One. That's since been discontinued. The servers are shut down for that. I think that was around Amonkhet. Yeah, I think that was the last big update I think they gave to that was Amonkhet. I think. I don't know what year that was. I remember Gideon was still around. They were still making Gideon cards. Or he was still relevant in the story, anyway. But Steel Golem costs 3 generic mana. It's a 3/4 artifact creature, and its text says you cannot play summon or artifact creature spells. So basically, nowadays it would say you cannot play creature or artifact creature spells, and it has flavor text. Although I would give my life to protect Gerard, my conscience will not let me take another's. There are many who would not hesitate. Karn, Silver Golem. Story? There's a story? Yeah. Well, there's supposed to be. So, Magic used to have what was called blocks, where you would have the set rotation would be like that year's set, like Magic 2014, and then they would have a block where over the course of like 3 sets, they would tell an overarching story through the cards and context, and then through they used to do novels. I think they do them occasionally now. I know is the guy's name Brandon Sanderson? He wrote a Magic the Gathering novel semi recently. Like themes, yeah, kind of. Um my favorite block story, I was still like 8 years old when the sets came out. But my favorite is like original Mirrodin, where and then that that whole thing is like Karn made a whole planet or something, and then just kind of leaves it alone, and then I don't remember how, but the Phyrexians get to Mirrodin, and then it starts corrupting the planet and stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know why Steel Golem says that it has such a big downside, but it does. Wants those smooches and a good boy. Okay, good. Okay.
Here's your smooches, Grid.
Okay. Sorry, let me just drink some more. My lips are really dry.
Alright, we'll count down from 10 to 1. And then we'll get you your good boy, Grid. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0.
Alright, there you go, Crid. There's your smooches. We'll just move right into your good boy redeem.
Good. Thank you for being here. Thank you for lurking and chatting. Spending time with us on the stream. Thank you. Oh, it's always good to see you, Grid. Always good to see you. Very, very good boy. Good. Good boy. 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 Good boy, 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 good boy. Good boy, good boy. Good boy, good boy. Good boy, 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 good boy. Good boy, good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Good boy, good boy. Good boy, 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 good boy.
Hey, Floop.
You want to drink some water after this? After I finish Grit's a good boy ready. Good, thank you for being who you are and doing what you do. I think makes the world a better place. In my humble opinion, anyway. Good boy, good boy.
I thought that was the buff teddy bear. It's Ardiant.
Good boy, good boy. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Oh, look at you, such a good boy. A very, very good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, 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 good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, good boy. Good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, good boy. Good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy.
There you go, Crit. Thank you for the redeem, sweetheart. Thank you. I hope you get some good sleeps. Hope you get some good rest. Probably a real review. And then a stretch. And the treat. Okay. Here's some Smarties. Okay. Ooh, how are you, Floop? I'm just yapping about Magic the Gathering. You okay? Cozy, let's go. Let's go. Or the last weeks in general. I see, I see. So a break was needed. Completely understandable, Floop. I get you. Guys want some card shuffling sounds? Oops, sorry. They're sleeved. I don't know if it's loud enough. Eh. Okay. The other eye creature in the deck, besides Evil Eye of Urborg, is my favorite of the two. The Evil Eye of Orms by Gore. It's a 5 mana for a 3/6. It's an eye creature. And its text says non-eye creatures you control can't attack. And Evil Eye of Orms by Gore can't be blocked except by walls. So, and this is one of the more recent printings of him. So I don't have like the cool art of Evil Eye of Orms by Gore. This one's a little more abstract, but I still like it. I like it. Sounds awesome sauce. He is. So with him and Evil Eye of Urborg, the two eyeballs. I don't know if there's more eye creatures. Probably. I don't, but maybe not. Oh, here's another leech. So we talked about the Androlite leech earlier. Androlite's probably the best one, besides maybe the red leech, the ruby leech. The sapphire leech costs 1 blue mana and 1 generic. It's a leech creature. Hey, Beep Boop. How you doing?
Mwah. Mwah. Mwah.
There we go. Thank you, Blue. Thank you, Beep Boop. I'm just yapping about magic cards. But the Sapphire Leech is a 2/2 leech creature with flying, and it says blue spells you play cost 1 more blue mana to cast. So all the leeches do that in their colors. This one just has flying. Maybe the worst one. Maybe the Alabaster Leech might be the worst. Might be. I haven't actually looked at what they delete all the leeches do in a while. And then another terrible creature, or another creature that's fun to give to opponents, is the Rotting Regisaur. It costs 3 mana, same as a Phyrexian Negator. It's a 7/6 zombie dinosaur, so it has 7 attack and 6 defense. And then it says during your upkeep, discard a card. So, just like the Tellurian Serpent, where in the upkeep it makes you discard the top 7 cards of your deck, the Rotting Regisaur makes you discard a card from your hand. So it's more hand thinning for Nebuchadnezzar, or Nebuchadnezzar's effect. Also, the Rotting Regisaur just looks really cool. It's a zombie dinosaur with giant horns on its head. It's a T-Rex thing with horns. He's very cool. The flavor text says, "Now that's a zombie." So, you know, it's a very cool zombie. This copy is the one from the zombie secret layer drop, apparently. I think it was the cheapest one I could find. Or they were all about $8, I think. I don't remember. But it's foil, so it's fun. Another terrible creature here is Flesh Reaver. Costs 2 mana, a black mana, and a generic. It's a 4/4 Phyrexian Horror, and whenever it deals damage to a creature or opponent, Flesh Reaver deals that much damage to you. So I pass him to John Arenicus. My command pass Flesh Reaver to an opponent through John Arenicus's effect, giving Flesh Reaver 2 more attack and 2 more defense. So he's hitting for 6. So fun. It's fun. I think it's fun to give them to my opponents. And we have Archfiend of the Dross, which I think is the most recent printed creature. It's from Phyrexia, all will be one, so I have plenty of copies of Archfiend of the Dross. But it's a 4 mana, 6/6 Phyrexian demon with flying, and he enters the battle with 4 oil counters. And then on your upkeep, so the beginning of your turn, before you even draw a card for your turn, you take a counter off of him. And then when you have no more counters to take off of your Archfiend of the Dross, you lose the game. And whenever whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, its controller loses 2 life. So also does some pinging damage there whenever something dies. So it's just a great old time. Thank you for the water, Floop. Thank you for the treat. I'll eat some more Smarties. There's bags of salted peanuts sitting upstairs. I need to grab one. Sorry. Almost had some Smartie go down the wrong pipe. Sorry. Okay. Whew. Sorry about that. Thank you for the redeems, Flip. Thank you. I think that's all of the terrible creatures I put in the deck. The other creatures in the deck are like, they make tokens to give to opponents and things like that. You want some smooches, Floop? Would you like fast smooches? Slow smooches? Breathy smooches? I can do some counting smooches. Sorry, I'm just shuffling the deck. Smooch shuffle? Oh, okay. I'm just shuffling it before I put it back in the box. Sometimes I'm just sitting there and then I start stimming by shuffling cards. Your biggest weakness options? Okay, hold on. I'll demonstrate each one for you, and then you can pick. Will that help? Would that help, Floop? The first one. Do you remember what that one was? Oh, fast smooches? Okay. I'll demonstrate and then you can decide. So fast smooches. Or something like this. Those are fast smooches. Then there's slow smooches. And breathy smooches. You just want the fast smooches, Floop? You want to be peppered? Okay, give me one moment. I got to blow my nose real quick. Hi, Bun Bunny. Mwah. Okay, sorry about that. All over for the quick ones. I see. Sorry, I'm just putting on some chapstick. But how are you, Bun Bunny? Good to see you, sweetheart. I hope you slept well. All right. Here's our smooches, Floop. Sorry, burp. I'm doing good, Bun Bunny. I'm doing good. I did some errands today, so to treat myself, I bought some. I bought some magic cards. We were talking about the ones I picked up earlier. Sorry if my voice sounds kind of gross. Some Smarties almost went down the wrong pipe earlier, and it kind of scratched up my throat because I started hacking. Anyway.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0.
All right. There you go, Floop. Thank you for the smooch redeem, sweetheart. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully that was all right for you. No, I only paused there in the middle because I had to cough. Or was that or a burp or something? And then I answered Bun Bunny. Well, I'm glad to hear you slept. I'm glad to hear you slept well, Bun Bunny. We are coming up on the 2-hour mark. So if there are any other trigger requests or things of the sort, please get those in soon so I can get those to you before it gets too late. I don't see Minari tonight, at least not yet. Raven is still alive. See how long has Raven got? 4 hours? Okay. I think she streams for like 6 hours sometimes, but she could end any moment. But if Raven is still alive tonight, we'll raid Raven. And if she's not, I'm go say hi to Vera. I think, yeah, and Convoy's not streaming ASMR tonight either. Yeah, I think that's about our options tonight. Anyway, I'm very excited to put Nebuchadnezzar in my Jonarenicus deck and then snipe cards out of people's hands with him. I'm excited. Oh boy. This deck box can be a pain to put the deck back in. There we go. Did you have something yummy to eat today, Floop? I had a uh, I had a Red Baron deep dish pizza. Red Baron is a frozen pizza brand, and they're not like it was a tiny compared. It was a pretty fairly small frozen pizza compared to like a standard frozen pizza. It was like the size of a dinner plate, maybe, or a paper plate. It was not very big, and it was neither. It was neither really a, quote unquote, a deep dish pizza. Not really. It felt like I was back in elementary eating those circular pizzas they give you on pizza days or whatever day school was pizza day at lunch. Those circular ones are like a hockey puck thickness with the sauce and cheese and then the little cubed pepperonis. Had some potatoes and chimkin. Well, that's still good. Hi, Wolf.
Mwah.
How you doing, Wolf? Hope you're doing okay. So we'll be calling a night here in about 15 minutes. So this is last call for trigger requests and things. You doing okay? That's good to hear. And asparagus? I don't like asparagus. I tried asparagus. My mom liked to cook it in the oven, put it on a pan with some olive oil and spices and stuff, and then bake it in the oven. I just they were green. I didn't know there was white asparagus. But it was just no. I'm good. I can handle Brussels sprouts now. I'll eat them. I don't want to eat Brussels sprouts. I'd rather have broccoli, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I did not like eating cauliflower broccoli when I was little. I still don't really. I'm not a big fan of cauliflower. But I'll eat broccoli. I'll eat broccoli now. I can handle it. I've decided since now that I am a big boy, I'll try something at least once. I'll try something at least once. If somebody made me food, I'm gonna eat it because they cooked for me, and that'd be rude not to. Unless I'm allergic to it or something. I'm not aware of any allergies that I have. I don't think I've had an allergy test. Like raw broccoli, I couldn't do raw broccoli. No, I don't think I could. If I was gonna dip a vegetable, if I'm gonna eat a raw vegetable, it's gonna be carrots. It's gonna be for sure carrots. I like zucchini. One of my HelloFresh meals when I had HelloFresh was a sandwich with like pan fried some zucchini and olive oil or something like that. Put it in a sandwich with some stuff, and it was pretty good. It was yummy. Excuse me, sorry.
Okay. Yes, sir. Good boy, Wolf. Wolf, thank you for being here. Thank you for looking and chatting on the streams and the bots. Thank you, thank you. It's always good to see you, Wolf. Always good to see you. You're very, very sweet. And you've worked very, very hard. I'm very, very proud of you. Good.
I hit the cough.
Good boy, Wolf. Good boy. Such a good boy. Yes, you are. You are such a good boy. Good boy, Wolf. Good boy. Look at you, such a good boy. Yes, you are such a good boy. A very, very good boy. Yes, you are. Oh, look at you, such a good boy. Good boy, Wolf. Good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy. Good boy, Wolf. Good boy. Good boy, good boy. Good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy. Look at you, such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy.
There you go, Wolf. Thank you for the redeem, sweetheart. Thank you. Hi, Nate. Hi, Nate. How you doing? Thank you for the scratch redeem. We can definitely do that for you. These scratches, or would you like me to you can do desk scratches? But thank you for the redeem, sweetheart. Thank you. Okay. Raven is still alive. Sorry, my arm started itching. Welcome back, Sunny Up, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you. I had a pretty decent chance you guys didn't get it, but thank you for sticking around. Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll probably call it out here in like 6 minutes or so. We'll be rating Raven if she's still alive in like 5 minutes here. She's doing some ASMR reading of some classic creepypastas. Hi, Kool-Aid Man. How you doing, sweetheart? Hope we're doing all right. I'm sorry you came in so late. We'll be calling it here in like 5 minutes. So we have time for like one more redeem. One or two, if you want some name spelling Kool-Aid Man. And then we'll be calling it a night because we did quite a handful of pretty late streams over the weekend, so we can't redeem. Oh, it's probably on cooldown. It's probably still on cooldown. Maybe, or if you're on mobile, it might just be broken. I don't know. Excuse me, sorry, goodness. Sorry about the burp. Okay, let's get you some name spelling and then we'll call it a night.
C-O-O-L-A-I-D M-A-N 011 C-O-O-L-A-I-D M-A-N 011 forgot the 011. 011. There we go. C-O-O-L-A-I-D M-A-N 011 C-O-O-L-A-I-D M-A-N 011 C-O-O-L-A-I-D M-A-N 011 C-O-O-L-A-I-D M-A-N 011 C-O-O-L-A-I-D M-A-N 011. Alright, we'll do 3 more. 3. Sorry. C-O-O-L-A-I-D M-A-N 011 C-O-O-L-A-I-D M-A-N 011 C-O-O-L-A-I-D M-A-N 011. Alright.
Thank you for the redeem code, man. I'm sorry you got here before we called it a night, but I hope you get some good rest. And if you guys need some more ASMR, please feel free to watch the VODs on YouTube. I upload them every. This VOD will be up tomorrow night, so anyway, there's a big long playlist of all the ASMR VODs. If you want to watch VODs, I recommend doing it on YouTube, as there's no ads. We're not monetized over there. If you get ads on the YouTube videos, I have no control for them at all. It's just YouTube putting ads on a channel that doesn't even qualify for monetization. We don't have the subs or watch time. So if you get them, I apologize. I don't think I can do anything about that. Okay. Let's see. Raven is still alive. Okay. Um. Yep. Thank you both. Um. Anyway, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for spending time with me tonight. Thank you for yapping with me and listening to me yap about silly cards. I appreciate it. But I will see you guys tomorrow for some Monster Hunter Rise with Eri, if she's available tomorrow night. If she's not, we'll play more Monster Hunter Stories 3. Um, tomorrow's Thursday already. Oh my goodness. Yeah, anyway. Okay, give me one moment. Give me one moment to sort my headphones, and we'll be right back. Okay. Alright. Let's go raid Raven. Oh. I think she's ending. Alright. Okay. In that case, I don't think Minari's live today. Nope. No Minari. Alright. Let's go say hi to Vera again tonight. I think she's our only option. Alright. Please be nice to Vera. Please give her a follow if you're not following her already. She does ASMR streams, I think. Just ASMR? I don't know. But her model's very cute. It's very pretty. And her ASMR is some good stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna go find a snack and go to bed. But good night, guys. I love you very much. Thank you for spending time with me tonight. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Please don't forget, make sure you take your meds, brush your teeth, take your vitamins, take your meds, take your vitamins, brush your teeth, mouthwash, floss, all the things. Make sure you drink water, eat something if you haven't yet. Get some good sleep. You deserve it. Yeah. And I love you. I appreciate you guys all very much. Thank you for spending time with me tonight. Thank you. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're just waiting for the raid countdown to finish. But yeah, we'll be playing some Stories 3 tomorrow if Eri is unavailable for Rise tomorrow evening. But good night, guys. Sweet dreams. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.